over in Ottawa or whatever. And so this was so I'm not going blind trying to figure out my way. So I think it's really the same thing. Tell us some of the features. Just what are the features of your app? I know we'll get into, I want to get into some of the shippers and receiver and all that stuff, but what are some of the features? Like if we were to look at the app, what would it tell us, maybe some of the areas?
Yeah, and let me touch back on your other point. One of the things when we're out talking with people is they'll tell us, especially people outside the industry, that we'll tell them this information. It's not that this information that we're collecting about warehouses doesn't exist, right, Bruce? I mean, it's like your company.
Yeah.
And actually, I have a box up here on my shelf of 800 index cards that a driver sent us.
Oh, you're showing your age with index cards, buddy. You're showing your age with index cards.
It's that the information is out there, but it's in thousands of different places.
Yeah.
It's in your company's Word documents. It's in these index cards. It's in somebody else's TMS. It's in hundreds of companies' TMSs.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Another problem is that it's not updated. How often did your company update their word sheets? Who was updating it? Was it a dispatcher that didn't know what a driver really, was interested in? Was it was it updated last time 5 years ago?
Yeah.
So, it's not that it's not that we're creating a new set of information that's never existed. What we're trying to do is, and what we're telling and would say is, it helps everybody in the industry by having this in one place.
Yes,
where it can be centralized, and the sum is greater than the parts, as they say. By having information, and a lot of this we don't see. Most people tell us it's not competitive. The best approach route to a warehouse is not super secret information. It's not competitive. It doesn't make your company better than anybody. It gets that truck in and out faster, which benefits you, the driver, the shipper, your carrier that you're working for, everybody. So, so that said, what are some of the features? So one is that when you look up a location, and you can look it up two ways. You can look it up by the address, or what we call the D411 ID. So what that is we assign a unique identifier for every location in our system. It's an 8-character code. I've got a sign that I can show you. Give you an idea what that looks like. So it looks something like this.
Okay. Yep.
So they have signs mounted, but it's a code for every warehouse. And some of our customers are putting those codes on the warehouse. So instead of looking up a location by the street address, you look it up by the D411 ID.
Okay.
There's a benefit in a lot of cases. Like, for example, there's a lot of places around here where the street address is the front door of the corporate office. It's not the yard entrance.
Yeah.
Or the yard entrance is 3 blocks away. Or one case, the most extreme case I've heard, 27 miles.
Yeah.
Where the yard entrance was, where from the driver was told to go.
Yeah.
Construction sites, they're a big user because there is no address.
That's right.
So how do they get trucks with the material for the building site? So, but either way, you can look up a location by address, and then we'll have an overhead map of the facility, and I can send you some of these, Bruce, or we can do a demo. There's an overhead map that the facility can create, or a driver, and say where the yard entrance is, where the man doors are, where's parking, any hazards in the yard, what's the best approach route to that facility, and so on. And another case where we're seeing a lot of excitement is places that are new, again, construction sites, or where the Google satellite hasn't been over in a couple of years, and the environment has really changed. Maybe the roads have changed, something like that. But then other than that, there's over 70 different attributes that we can track, and we call them the attributes. We mean, like, do they have a bathroom? Do they have a lumper fee? What is the lumper fee?
Yeah.
If it's a cold storage, do they have a required internal temp before you bump the dock? Right. What is that temp? Yeah. Do they have a CB channel they monitor? What is that CB channel?
Nice.
Are you allowed to smoke? Guns? Are you allowed to bring your kids on the property? What about pets? And one of the things I am really proud of, Bruce, is that, again, I don't have a whole lot of experience in the industry, and Dan did. And so the first 10 attributes, 10 or 13, somewhere around 10, 12, 13, were all things that he knew that drivers were asking him.
Right.
Every single one of the other 60 plus attributes or 50 plus were something that a driver told us, if I had known this, if I had known that, I could have saved time and therefore money. And all I had to do, it's not like this is, anybody's really looking to change the industry or say that the way trucking works is completely wrong. It's not that. It's just give me the information.
Yeah.
All anybody wants to do is do their job.
Yeah.
But being told to go to an address with no other information doesn't seem right. So our view is, look, you're going to have a truck come to your facility, Mr. and Mrs. Shipper.
Yeah.
Just tell them what to expect when they get there. What's so hard about that? And that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, most drivers, especially the professional ones that have been out there a while, we've all got our database ways. I know I used to have a little black book back in the day that it went to a Palm Pilot, had the same information. Because what happened, and you're solving two of those problems. One, you call the company and you get the beautiful receptionist who's very nice, but takes the bus to work, so she doesn't actually know how to get in there. And then you get the second problem that you also addressed, where if you're looking at GPS and you end up at their location, you now are finding out you're at the office and not at the docks where you should be. And that's one of the reasons that in the industry we are always harping from staying away from GPS systems, because they will take you to the address.